I got one, man. My goal is different than yours. It's really put me in a tizzy. I was on Facebook, and for some odd reason, these fake coach pages be popping up in my algorithm, and it pisses me off, right? So here we go. Too many kids have been taught that the goal of high school sports is to achieve an athletic scholarship. Here's the truth: the goal of high school sports is to learn how to be a better person, better teammate, better communicator, and to enjoy being a teenager, something you can't get back. For you. And there is nothing wrong with that being your goal. But guess what? For some people, the goal of high school athletics is to get a college scholarship, and for some people, the goal of college athletics is to get to be a professional athlete. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Who the hell are you to tell somebody that they should not try to use high school athletics as a stepping stone to advance their lives? Let me tell you something about college. Going to college in the classroom is great. But going to classroom on campus is even better. Why? Because you get to create a network of people. People from different places, people from different walks of life, people with different thought patterns, people with different networks, people with different net worths. And I promise you, it will change how you live, what you want, your goals. And maybe you're somebody who wasn't the smartest kid in the classroom, and your only way to getting a better education, to setting yourself up for long-term success is athletics. What the hell is wrong with that? You know, this idea that sports is only supposed to be about the team is bullshit, because the team is always going to do what's best for the team, and the athlete should have the same ability to do that too. And the athlete should not be judged, should not be chastised, should not be excommunicated because they want to make the decisions that are best for them and not best for the team. Now, you hope that you have athletes on your team that are making decisions that work for the team and work for themselves, right? You want both of them to work. But at the end of the day, if you're that high school kid with a 2.7 GPA, can't really get a scholarship academically, and you have superior athleticism, but you're not being maximized by your coach or your coaching staff, you should have the opportunity to go elsewhere to ensure that you are being maximized, because your life doesn't stop at high school. Your life keeps going. See, that coach that's coaching you, he or she has already gone through high school, gone through college, came back, settled into a career that they're happy with, I hope, and they're trying to elevate children, young men, young women into being great young adults. I'd hope so, right? But if you're not getting that from them, then you deserve to go elsewhere, and you shouldn't have to go. Well, I mean, coach's son, coach's son, you know. And I saw this Lou Holtz quote where Lou Holtz was asked, "What is the difference in football players today and 50 years ago?" He answered, "Simple. Today's athletes talk about rights and privileges, and the players 50 years ago talk about obligations and responsibilities." Well, look here, man. My obligation and my responsibility is to myself, because the system has proved over and over again it doesn't give a damn about the cogs in the machine. It just cares about the machine running. And unlike a machine, people have thoughts, people have feelings, people have emotions, but they also have intelligence and intellect. And when you see that you are the major cog in this machine that keeps it moving, but you're being treated like every other cog in that machine, you go, hold on, man. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Why do I have to protect your job, protect your security when you're doing absolutely nothing to protect mine? Why do I have to stay here at this program, sit on the bench for 3 years, only get a year, maybe a second year because I took a fifth year in order to prove my worth when I'm better than the person in front of me? But you say, oh, well, we don't start freshmen here. Excuse me? Well, let me go what they do. Because as a freshman, I'm better than your senior. Why should I have to wait in line? And don't get me wrong, Have players become more entitled? Have people become more entitled? Yeah, absolutely. But it's because we've lived in a society where the decision makers, the owners, the coaches, the play callers, the shot callers, the managers, the CEOs, they don't value the people who allow them to maximize their themselves. They value their system. They value what they do. And they continue to say, hey, man, this is how you do it. And you know what? If you buy in, we're going to take care of you. But guess what? When you fuck people over and over again, they say, fuck you. Sorry, Dad. I wish there was a nicer way for me to say this, but it ain't. When you do people dirty, eventually they're going to figure it out and they're going to move on. And they're going to either get back at you or find a way to maximize themselves. And for the people who can't accept that, for the people who want to keep saying, hey, man, it's all about the team. It's all about the team. Is the team going to pay my bills? Is the team going to pay off my student loans? Is the team going to ensure that I have a job when I'm no longer on that team? Is that coach going to write me a letter of recommendation? Is he going to bring me back on his staff? Is she going to bring me back on her staff? Is she going to sign me up for speaking appearances at the organization, at the institution, so I can make a little bit of money? No. Then what am I supposed to do? At some point, I have to care about me. My goal is different than your goal. If your goal was Friday Night Lights and the glory of the Friday Night Light, then that meant any and everything to you, man, have at it. But if you want to play on Saturday afternoons in front of 65,000, then you make sure you make the decisions that help you get there. If selling out for the team isn't the most important thing for you because the team isn't selling out for you, think about it. People are mad at KD because he requested a trade with 4 years left on his contract. But how many people have been mad at an organization who moved a player with multiple years left on a contract and that player was in because that player was not meeting what the team needed from them? It's just crazy brainwashing thing we've done where we've tried to make the organization, we've tried to make the entity, we tried to make the presiding body bigger than the people. Nothing's bigger than the people. The people together deserve institutions and organizations that protect them, look out for them. That's why we have a government, because we realize as individuals we can't do it alone. We can't do it for ourselves. But we also understand that if the organizations, the institutions that we have to lead us and direct us and guide us are not doing that, we have to find ones that do. And just because my goal is different than yours doesn't mean that I'm wrong. And I'm using the sports analogy to talk about what's happening in our country today. You can't be upset with people who are trying to change their situation because they feel like they're not being taken care of, they're not being protected, they're not in the best situation for themselves. Because every time you want to get mad at KD, you want to get mad at Kyrie, you want to get mad at LeBron, you want to get mad at any person, Elon Musk, name that person, Donald Trump, I don't care. Anytime you want to get upset with somebody who is trying to put themselves in a more ideal situation, look at why they're asking. That'll probably give you your answer. Big baby out.